Welcome back to the channel. Before you spend another Lincoln Memorial 1-cent coin, stop and check it carefully because some pennies that look ordinary could be worth much more than their face value. Today, we are revealing 6 Lincoln Memorial pennies from the United States that collectors are searching for in 2026. These coins may have rare dates, special mint marks, unusual errors, or unique features that can make them highly desirable in the coin collecting world. In this video, you'll learn how to identify these valuable Lincoln Memorial cents, what makes them rare, and why collectors are willing to pay big money for certain examples. So grab your coins, look closely, and stay until the end. You might discover a hidden treasure sitting in your collection. Let's get started. First up, the 1960 Lincoln Memorial 1 cent is one of the most recognized pennies ever produced by the United States Mint, and it continues to attract the attention of collectors around the world. At first glance, this small copper coin may appear to be just another ordinary penny that has been sitting in a jar or hiding inside old pocket change for decades. However, many collectors carefully examine every 1960 penny because certain examples can carry impressive values depending on their condition, strike color, and possible mint errors. If your coin is in fine condition, it may not be worth a fortune, but it can still hold a premium over face value, and some exceptional varieties are worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. That is why millions of people continue checking their old coins hoping to discover a hidden treasure. The history of the 1960 Lincoln Memorial cent begins at the Denver Mint, where hundreds of millions of pennies were struck to meet the growing demand for circulating coinage across the United States. The Lincoln cent series first began in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, making it the first regular United States coin to feature a real historical person. By 1960, the reverse design displayed the famous Lincoln Memorial, which had replaced the wheat ears design in 1959. This historic combination of Lincoln on the front and the memorial on the back has become one of the most familiar coin designs in American history. Collectors enjoy the 1960 penny because it was produced during an important period in American coinage. The coin is composed primarily of 95% copper, with a small percentage of tin and zinc, giving it the rich reddish-brown appearance that many collectors love. It weighs approximately 3.11 grams and measures 19 millimeters in diameter. These original specifications make genuine examples easy to identify and help collectors detect damaged or altered coins. A natural original surface is always more desirable than one that has been cleaned or polished. One of the most interesting facts about the 1960 Lincoln cent series is the existence of the small date and large date varieties. These varieties are identified by the size and position of the numbers in the date, especially the number 0. Although the Denver Mint mainly produced the large date variety, collectors still inspect every coin carefully because identifying varieties correctly can significantly affect market value. Learning the difference between these date styles is one of the first skills every penny collector develops. If you own a 1960 Lincoln Memorial cent in fine condition, the coin usually shows moderate circulation with clear lettering and a visible Lincoln portrait, while the wheat-free memorial design remains well-defined. Most fine condition examples are affordable collector coins valued from a few cents to several dollars, depending on eye appeal and color. However, original red examples with very little wear or coins certified in mint state grades can command much stronger prices in today's collector market. The true excitement begins when collectors search for rare mint errors on the 1960 penny. Coins showing dramatic off-center strikes, double die cracks, clipped planchets, broad strikes, or repunched mint marks can attract strong collector demand. Even though these errors are uncommon, they continue to sell for impressive amounts, because error collectors are always searching for unusual pieces that stand out from ordinary circulation coins. Authentication by a respected grading service can further increase buyer confidence. Another important feature affecting value is the coin's original color. Collectors classify copper cents as brown, or red. A full original red coin that has retained its bright mint color for decades is generally worth much more than a dark brown circulated example. Proper storage away from moisture and air helps preserve the original appearance and prevents corrosion that can reduce collector value over time. The current market value of a normal 1960 Lincoln Memorial cent in fine circulated condition is generally modest, often ranging from less than $1 to several dollars, depending on demand and eye appeal. Uncirculated examples with strong original luster frequently sell for tens of dollars, while certified high-grade specimens may reach hundreds of dollars. Exceptional error coins or remarkably preserved examples have occasionally sold for thousands of dollars when offered through major coin auctions where competitive bidding drives prices higher. Collectors should always inspect the mint mark carefully. The small d located below the date confirms that the coin was struck at the Denver Mint. A clear mint mark with a sharp strike is considered desirable, especially when combined with clean surfaces and minimal contact marks. Careful examination using a magnifying glass can reveal tiny details that make one coin much more valuable than another, even though both share the same year and mint mark. Grading is one of the most important factors influencing the value of any Lincoln cent. Professional grading companies evaluate the amount of wear, surface preservation, strike quality, luster, and overall eye appeal before assigning a numerical grade. Even a small improvement in grade can dramatically increase the selling price, especially for coins that approach gem mint state condition. For this reason, experienced collectors avoid cleaning coins because cleaning often lowers both the grade and the market value. The popularity of the Lincoln cent series has remained strong for generations because almost everyone has handled these coins during everyday life. Many people first become interested in coin collecting after discovering an old penny in a family collection or inside a forgotten coin jar. This emotional connection combined with historical significance keeps demand high for attractive Lincoln Memorial cents, including the 1960D issue. When searching through old coins, always pay attention to unusual features such as doubled lettering, missing design elements, off-center strikes, or unusually sharp details. These characteristics may indicate a valuable mint error or variety that deserves professional examination. Taking clear close-up photographs and comparing your coin with trusted reference guides is an excellent way to begin identifying rare discoveries before considering professional grading. The coin market changes over time as collector demand and auction results continue to evolve. While many ordinary 1960D pennies remain inexpensive, outstanding examples with exceptional preservation or significant mint errors can surprise collectors with remarkable selling prices. Staying informed about recent auction records and certified sales helps collectors understand realistic values rather than relying on exaggerated claims found online. If you believe your 1960D Lincoln Memorial cent may be special, avoid cleaning or polishing it under any circumstances. Store the coin in a protective holder and consider submitting it to a respected third-party grading service if it displays outstanding condition or unusual characteristics. Proper preservation protects both the beauty of the coin and its long-term collector value. The 1960D Lincoln Memorial 1 cent proves that even a simple penny can tell an incredible story about American history, craftsmanship, and the excitement of coin collecting. While most examples in fine condition are worth only a modest premium, the rarest high-grade coins and genuine mint error varieties can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. That is why collectors continue searching through pocket change, coin rolls, and inherited collections every day, because the next valuable Lincoln penny could be waiting to be discovered in the most unexpected place next up. The 1961D Lincoln Memorial 1 cent is one of the most collected United States pennies ever produced. Struck at the Denver Mint and identified by the small d mint mark below the date, this coin has remained a favorite among collectors for decades. Even when found in rough condition, many people still keep these coins because certain varieties, minting errors, and exceptional examples can be worth far more than their face value. While most circulated 1961D cents are common, rare error coins and high-grade specimens have sold for hundreds and even thousands of dollars. This is why collectors always recommend checking every old penny before spending it. You never know when an ordinary-looking coin could become an extraordinary collectible. The Lincoln Memorial Cent series began in 1959 to celebrate the 150th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The reverse design replaced the famous wheat ears with the Lincoln Memorial, creating one of the most recognizable coins in American history. The 1961D issue continued this historic design and was struck using a bronze alloy made of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc. Millions of Americans handled these coins every day, making them an important part of everyday commerce during the early 1960s. Today, these coins represent a fascinating era in United States history and remain popular among collectors around the world. One of the first things collectors examine on a 1961D Lincoln cent is the mint mark. The D indicates it was struck at the Denver Mint. The Denver facility produced over 1 billion Lincoln cents in 1961, making the standard coin relatively common. However, rarity is not always determined by mintage alone. Coins with striking errors, double dies, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, die cracks, or exceptionally well-preserved surfaces can command significantly higher prices. Even a coin found in rough condition deserves careful inspection, because unusual characteristics may greatly increase its value. Although your coin may appear worn, scratches, faded details, and discoloration do not automatically make it worthless. Many collectors actively search through old coin collections, estate sales, and bank rolls looking for rare varieties hiding among heavily circulated examples. A rough-looking coin with an unusual minting error may be worth much more than a shiny coin without any special features. That is why experienced numismatists always inspect the date, mint mark, lettering, rim, and overall strike before determining value. The obverse of the 1961 Lincoln Memorial Cent features the famous portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. Around the portrait appear the inscriptions in God W. Trust, Liberty, the date 1961, and the D mint mark. On the reverse, the Lincoln Memorial stands proudly in the center, with United States of America and EPLUIBUSUNUM surrounding the design, while 1 cent appears boldly across the middle. Sharp details on both sides can greatly influence collector value, especially in higher grades. Collectors often search for valuable mint errors on the 1961 penny. Double die varieties may show extra thickness on letters or numbers. Repunched mint marks, die cracks, cuds, clipped planchets, broad strikes, and off-center strikes are also highly desirable. These mistakes occurred during the minting process and make certain coins unique. Genuine mint errors can dramatically increase a coin's market value because collectors enjoy owning unusual pieces of United States mint history. Current market values vary depending on condition and rarity. A typical 1961 penny in rough circulated condition usually sells for only a few cents to a few dollars. Coins in fine or very fine condition often bring between $1 and $5. Extremely fine and about uncirculated examples may sell for $10 to $50. Certified mint state coins with attractive red surfaces frequently sell for hundreds of dollars. Rare error varieties or superb gem examples have achieved prices reaching into the thousands of dollars at major coin auctions. Color also plays an important role in determining value. Collectors classify copper coins as brown, red-brown, or red. Brown coins have naturally darkened through circulation and age. Red-brown coins retain some original mint color, while fully red coins display vibrant copper luster. A 1961 Lincoln cent with full original red surfaces in mint state condition is considerably more valuable than the same coin with dark brown coloration. This difference explains why collectors carefully preserve uncirculated coins. Authentication is essential before assuming a coin is valuable. Professional grading companies carefully examine authenticity, condition, and possible mint errors. Coins that receive high grades from trusted grading services often sell for substantially higher prices because buyers have confidence in the coin's authenticity and preservation. Even if a coin appears ordinary, professional evaluation may reveal overlooked characteristics that increase its value significantly. The popularity of Lincoln cents continues to grow because they are affordable, historical, and exciting to collect. Many collectors build complete date and mint collections, while others specialize in error coins or high-grade examples. The 1961 Lincoln Memorial Cent remains an important piece in these collections because it represents the early years of the Lincoln Memorial series and is widely available for study. Finding an exceptional example still brings excitement to collectors of every experience level. One reason collectors continue searching through pocket change is the possibility of discovering overlooked treasures. Countless valuable coins have been found in old jars, inherited collections, bank rolls, and forgotten boxes. Although most 1961 pennies are common, rare mint errors occasionally appear in circulation. These discoveries remind collectors that patience and careful observation can sometimes lead to remarkable finds worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Proper storage helps preserve the condition of collectible coins. Experts recommend handling coins only by the edges and avoiding unnecessary cleaning. Cleaning can permanently damage a coin's surface and reduce its collector value. Instead, store valuable coins in protective holders, albums, or archival quality flips that prevent scratches and environmental damage. Preserving original surfaces is one of the best ways to maintain long-term value. The historical importance of the 1961 Lincoln Memorial Cent extends beyond its monetary value. These pennies circulated during an important period in American history marked by economic growth, technological advancement, and significant political events. Every coin represents a small piece of that history, connecting modern collectors with millions of people who once used these pennies in everyday transactions across the United States. As interest in coin collecting continues to increase, demand for attractive Lincoln cents remains strong. Online marketplaces, coin shows, auctions, and collector conventions provide opportunities to buy and sell these historic coins. Prices continue to fluctuate based on rarity, demand, certification, and condition. Exceptional examples with dramatic mint errors or outstanding preservation often attract competitive bidding from collectors seeking the finest known specimens. In conclusion, the 1961 Lincoln Memorial 1 cent is far more than an ordinary penny. While most rough-condition examples are worth only modest amounts, rare varieties, certified high-grade coins, and genuine mint errors can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Every old penny deserves a careful examination before being spent, because hidden treasures still exist in collections and pocket change. Whether you are an experienced numismatist or just beginning your collecting journey, the 1961 Lincoln Memorial cent proves that even the smallest coin can hold remarkable historical significance and surprising collector value. Next up, the 1965 Lincoln Memorial 1 cent without a mint mark is one of the most collected coins in United States history because it represents an important period in American coinage. During the mid-1960s, the U.S. Mint faced a nationwide coin shortage and made several changes to coin production. Every Lincoln cent struck in 1965 was produced without a mint mark regardless of where it was made. Today, millions of collectors search through old jars, piggy banks, and inherited collections, hoping to discover a valuable 1965 penny. While most examples are common, certain rare varieties, outstanding preserved coins, and dramatic mint errors can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars, making this small 1 cent coin an exciting treasure for collectors. The Lincoln Memorial Cent series began in 1959 to celebrate the 150th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The reverse design featuring the Lincoln Memorial replaced the famous wheat ears design and remained in production until 2008. The 1965 issue continued this historic design with Victor David Brenner's portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and Frank Gasparo's Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. Even after decades, this design remains one of the most recognizable coin designs in American history and continues to attract collectors around the world. One of the most interesting facts about the 1965 penny is the missing mint mark. Many people mistakenly believe that the absence of a mint mark automatically makes the coin rare, but this is not true because all regular 1965 Lincoln cents were intentionally struck without mint marks. The U.S. Mint temporarily removed mint marks from all circulating coins between 1965 and 1967 to discourage collectors from hoarding newly issued coins. Because of this historical decision, every genuine 1965 Lincoln cent looks similar in this respect, making condition and errors much more important than the missing mint mark itself. The composition of the 1965 Lincoln Memorial cent includes 95% copper and 5% zinc, making it heavier than modern Lincoln cents produced after 1982. It weighs approximately 3.11 grams and has a diameter of 19 millimeters with a plain edge. These copper coins have developed beautiful natural colors over time, ranging from bright red to reddish brown and dark chocolate brown. Collectors often pay significant premiums for coins that still display their original brilliant red surfaces after more than 60 years. A good condition 1965 Lincoln cent usually shows moderate wear across Lincoln's hair, cheek, jaw, and coat, while the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse displays worn steps and softened architectural details. Although this condition is considered circulated, it still holds collector interest because many older coins have become damaged, scratched, or heavily cleaned. Finding a naturally preserved example with smooth surfaces, attractive color, and no major problems is becoming more difficult every year. The real excitement begins when collectors discover rare mint errors on 1965 pennies. Off-center strikes, doubled dies, die cracks, clipped planchets, broad strikes, and dramatic misaligned dies can transform an ordinary 1 cent coin into a highly valuable collectible. Error collectors actively search for these unusual pieces because every mint error is unique. Depending on the rarity and visibility of the error, these coins may sell for several $100s, while spectacular examples can bring several $1,000s at auction. Professional grading plays a major role in determining the value of a 1965 Lincoln cent. Grading companies carefully examine the coin for where luster strike quality, originality, and surface preservation before assigning an official grade. Even a common date coin can become surprisingly valuable if it receives an exceptionally high mint state grade, because very few survive with flawless surfaces after decades of circulation and storage. For a typical 1965 Lincoln Memorial cent in good circulated condition, today's market value is usually only a few cents to around $1. Better preserved examples in extremely fine or about uncirculated condition often sell for several dollars. Certified mint state coins with attractive original red color commonly bring prices ranging from several dozen dollars into the hundreds depending on grade. Rare high-grade examples and exceptional error coins have sold for hundreds and sometimes several $1,000s in competitive auctions. Collectors carefully inspect every 1965 penny using magnification because tiny details can dramatically influence value. Strong original luster, sharp lettering, complete rims, clean fields, and crisp Lincoln Memorial details all increase collector demand. Even small imperfections such as scratches, corrosion, environmental damage, or cleaning can significantly reduce the value of an otherwise attractive coin, making careful examination essential before buying or selling. The historical importance of the 1965 Lincoln cent extends beyond its face value because it reflects one of the most unusual periods in United States mint history. During the national coin shortage, the government increased production and temporarily eliminated mint marks to improve circulation. These emergency measures created a fascinating chapter in American numismatics and make the 1965 cent an important educational piece for collectors interested in monetary history. Many people discover old 1965 pennies while searching through inherited collections, estate boxes, bank rolls, and forgotten jars of change. Although most coins are ordinary, every search carries the possibility of finding an overlooked treasure, especially if the coin displays an unusual error or remains in exceptional condition. This excitement is one of the reasons Lincoln cents continue to be among the most collected coins in America. The copper composition of the 1965 penny also attracts investors and collectors because these older bronze cents possess historical appeal that modern zinc cents cannot match. Their rich color, satisfying weight, and classic appearance make them favorites among beginning collectors and experienced numismatists alike. Well-preserved examples continue to gain popularity as fewer original coins remain available in premium condition. When evaluating a 1965 Lincoln Memorial cent, collectors should never rely only on internet claims promising instant millionaire discoveries. Instead, they should compare the coin with verified auction records, examine its condition carefully, and consider professional authentication if the coin appears unusual. Genuine rarity comes from outstanding preservation, recognized mint errors, or exceptional grading, rather than simply being a 1965 penny without a mint mark. Auction results demonstrate that exceptional 1965 Lincoln cents continue to attract competitive bidding from collectors around the world. High-grade certified coins with blazing original red color and rare error varieties have achieved prices ranging from hundreds to several $1,000s, depending on demand, rarity, and overall eye appeal. These impressive sales encourage collectors to continue searching through everyday pocket change and old family collections. The 1965 Lincoln Memorial 1 cent without a mint mark remains an iconic American coin that combines history, beauty, and collecting excitement. Although most good condition examples are worth modest amounts, every coin deserves careful inspection because rare mint errors, outstanding preservation, and top certified grades can dramatically increase value into the hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Whether you are a beginner or an experienced collector, the 1965 Lincoln cent reminds us that sometimes the smallest coin in your pocket may hold a remarkable story and perhaps an unexpectedly valuable future. Next up, the fascinating 1973 Lincoln Memorial 1 cent with no mint mark, one of the most collected modern United States coins. At first glance, this old penny may appear to be just another ordinary 1 cent coin that has spent decades in circulation. However, collectors know that certain 1973 pennies can attract surprising attention because of their condition, striking quality, and rare mint errors. While most examples remain worth only a small amount, special coins with exceptional preservation or dramatic minting mistakes have sold for hundreds and even thousands of dollars. That is why searching through old jars, coin albums, and inherited collections can sometimes reveal a valuable hidden treasure. The Lincoln Memorial Cent was introduced in 1959 to celebrate the 150th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. It replaced the famous wheat cent reverse with an image of the Lincoln Memorial, while keeping Victor David Brenner's iconic portrait of Lincoln on the front. By 1973, the coin had become one of the most recognizable pieces of American currency. The version without a mint mark was produced at the Philadelphia Mint, which did not place a mint mark on Lincoln cents during that period. Millions of Americans carried these coins every day, making them an important part of everyday commerce and American history. The 1973 Philadelphia Lincoln cent was struck in very large numbers, using an alloy made of approximately 95% copper and 5% zinc and tin. It weighs about 3.11 grams and measures 19 millimeters in diameter. Because these coins were heavily used in circulation, many surviving examples today are worn, scratched, or discolored. Old condition coins often show faded details on Lincoln's portrait, smooth lettering, and dark brown surfaces caused by decades of oxidation. Even with heavy wear, they remain interesting historical pieces because they represent everyday American life during the early 1970s. One reason collectors search for the 1973 no-mint mark penny is the possibility of finding valuable mint errors. Error coins can include doubled dies, off-center strikes, die cracks, clipped planchets, broad strikes, and coins struck on the wrong metal planchet. These unusual mistakes occurred during the minting process and make a coin much rarer than a standard example. Depending on the type and severity of the error, collectors may pay hundreds or even thousands of dollars for authenticated specimens. Another important factor is the coin's color designation. Professional grading services classify copper coins as brown, red-brown, or red. A fully red 1973 Lincoln cent that has retained its original mint color is much scarcer than one that has turned brown over time. Collectors often pay significant premiums for bright red examples because they are much harder to find after more than 50 years. Even though the coin was produced in huge numbers, truly outstanding examples remain surprisingly scarce. Condition has the greatest influence on value. An old circulated 1973 penny without a mint mark usually carries only modest value. However, coins with unusually sharp details, attractive surfaces, or high mint state grades become much more desirable. Professional grading by respected services can dramatically increase buyer confidence, especially when a coin receives a grade such as MS65, MS66, or higher. High-grade examples often compete strongly at major auctions because collectors seek the finest known pieces. Today's market value depends on several factors including condition, eye appeal, rarity, and certification. A worn old circulated coin is commonly worth only a few cents above face value. Attractive uncirculated examples often sell for several dollars to several dozen dollars. Premium mint state coins may reach values in the hundreds of dollars, while exceptional certified examples or important error coins can sell for thousands of dollars when strong collector demand exists. Every coin should therefore be examined carefully before spending it. Collectors also inspect the coin closely for strong luster, sharp lettering, clean rims, and clear Lincoln Memorial details. The more original the surfaces appear, the more desirable the coin becomes. Any unusual doubling in the date, lettering, or Lincoln's portrait should also be investigated because genuine varieties can command impressive prices. Using a magnifying glass and proper lighting is recommended when checking old pennies for hidden characteristics. The 1973 no-mint mark penny remains popular because it is affordable for beginners while still offering exciting possibilities for experienced collectors. Searching through bank rolls, estate collections, flea markets, and inherited coin jars continues to uncover interesting examples every year. Many collectors enjoy the thrill of finding an overlooked coin that turns out to be a scarce variety or an impressive high-grade survivor. Abraham Lincoln remains one of the most admired presidents in American history, and his portrait has appeared on the 1-cent coin since 1909. The Lincoln Memorial reverse, introduced in 1959, created a unique design in which Lincoln appears on both sides of the coin because a tiny seated statue of Lincoln can be seen inside the memorial. This remarkable artistic detail has fascinated generations of collectors and remains one of the most interesting features of the series. If you discover a 1973 Lincoln cent without a mint mark, avoid cleaning it. Cleaning can permanently damage the original surface and greatly reduce collector value. Instead, hold the coin carefully by its edges and store it in a protective holder. If the coin appears to have an unusual error or exceptional condition, consider having it examined by a reputable coin dealer or certified by a professional grading service. The market for Lincoln cents continues to grow as more collectors build complete date and mint collections. High-quality examples from common years often become surprisingly competitive because collectors seek the finest available coins. Auction records demonstrate that outstanding condition and genuine mint errors consistently attract the strongest prices, proving that even an ordinary-looking penny can become an exciting collectible under the right circumstances. Many people unknowingly spend collectible coins because they never examine their pocket change. Coin experts recommend checking dates, mint marks, color, strike quality, and any unusual features before using old coins in everyday transactions. A few minutes of careful inspection could reveal a valuable collectible hiding among ordinary coins, making coin hunting an enjoyable and rewarding hobby for people of all ages. Although sensational stories sometimes claim that every old penny is worth thousands or millions of dollars, the truth is that value depends on rarity, condition, and demand. Most 1973 no-mint mark pennies are common, but genuine error coins and superb certified examples can achieve prices from hundreds to thousands of dollars. Learning how to recognize these special pieces is one of the most exciting parts of coin collecting. In conclusion, the 1973 Lincoln Memorial 1 cent without a mint mark is a classic American coin that combines history, artistry, and the excitement of treasure hunting. Its connection to Abraham Lincoln, its copper composition, and the possibility of valuable mint errors make it a favorite among collectors. Whether your coin is an old circulated survivor or a beautifully preserved example, always inspect it carefully before spending it. You never know when a simple 1-cent coin could turn out to be a collectible worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars in today's coin market. Next up, the 1975 Lincoln Memorial 1 cent with no mint mark is one of the most recognizable coins in American pocket change, yet many collectors still search through old jars and coin rolls hoping to discover an overlooked treasure. Produced at the Philadelphia Mint, coins struck there in 1975 did not carry a mint mark, making the absence of a mint mark completely normal. Although millions were minted, certain examples with exceptional preservation, dramatic mint errors, or unusual varieties can become highly desirable. For collectors, the excitement lies in finding a coin that stands out from ordinary circulation pieces. A well-preserved example in good condition tells the story of decades of American commerce, while also offering the possibility of collector value that can range from a few dollars to hundreds or even thousands of dollars for rare error specimens. The Lincoln Memorial Cent series began in 1959 to celebrate the 150th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, replacing the famous wheat cent reverse with the Lincoln Memorial design. By 1975, the coin had already become a familiar part of everyday American life. Designed by Victor David Brenner on the obverse and Frank Gasparo on the reverse, the coin featured Lincoln's portrait on the front and the iconic Lincoln Memorial on the back. Hidden between the memorial columns is a tiny representation of Lincoln's statue, making this one of the few U.S. coins to depict the same person on both sides. The 1975 no-mint mark Lincoln cent was struck primarily from a composition of 95% copper and 5% zinc, weighing approximately 3.11 grams with a diameter of 19 millimeters. These specifications remained standard for Lincoln cents until the copper composition changed in 1982. Because the coin contains a high percentage of copper, many collectors appreciate its classic appearance and warm reddish color, especially when original mint luster survives. Even circulated examples often display attractive toning that adds character and historical appeal. One of the most interesting aspects of the 1975 Lincoln cent is the possibility of finding valuable mint errors. Collectors constantly examine these coins for off-center strikes, broad strikes, clipped planchets, double dies, die cracks, die breaks, and repunched design elements. Error coins are much scarcer than ordinary circulation strikes, and their rarity can significantly increase collector demand. Depending on the type and severity of the error, values may range from several $100s to several $1,000s at auction. A normal 1975 Lincoln Memorial cent in good circulated condition is generally worth only a small premium over face value. However, examples with attractive surfaces, original copper color, or certified higher grades can command much stronger prices. Coins graded mint state by professional grading services often sell for tens or hundreds of dollars, while the finest known examples with exceptional eye appeal may reach impressive auction prices. Rare error coins or extraordinary condition rarities can sometimes sell for thousands of dollars. Collectors should carefully inspect every 1975 cent under bright lighting and magnification. Important areas include the date, Lincoln's portrait, the lettering, and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. Look for doubling in the inscriptions, unusual strike characteristics, missing design elements, or obvious planchet flaws. Even small differences can transform an ordinary-looking coin into a valuable collectible. Professional authentication is recommended before assuming a coin is rare, as many forms of wear or post-mint damage can resemble genuine mint errors. The historical significance of the 1975 Lincoln cent extends beyond its collectible value. It circulated during a period of economic challenges in the United States, including inflation and rising metal prices. Millions of Americans handled these coins every day while purchasing groceries, fuel, and household necessities. As a result, surviving examples provide a tangible connection to American history during the mid-1970s and preserve a snapshot of everyday life from that era. Many collectors enjoy searching bank rolls and inherited collections for copper Lincoln cents produced before 1982. The 1975 issue remains especially popular because it is composed mostly of copper and belongs to a classic era of U.S. coinage. While most examples are common, discovering an unusually well-preserved specimen or an authenticated mint error keeps the hobby exciting. Every roll search offers the possibility of uncovering a coin that has escaped notice for decades. Color also plays an important role in determining value. Professional grading services classify copper coins as red, red-brown, or brown, depending on how much original mint color remains. Fully red examples are generally the most valuable because they preserve their original appearance. Coins that have turned brown through decades of circulation remain collectible but usually command lower prices unless they possess rare errors or exceptionally high grades. Current market values vary according to condition and rarity. A typical circulated 1975 no-mint mark cent in good condition usually sells for only a modest premium, while uncirculated certified coins may bring anywhere from several dollars to over $100 depending on grade. Significant mint errors, dramatic double dies, or spectacular off-center strikes can sell for several $100s and, in exceptional authenticated cases, reach thousands of dollars. Auction demand, grading, and eye appeal all influence final selling prices. Many new collectors mistakenly believe that every old coin is automatically valuable. The 1975 Lincoln cent demonstrates why rarity, condition, and authenticity matter more than age alone. Because hundreds of millions of these coins were produced, ordinary circulated examples remain common. However, coins that survived in pristine condition or display genuine minting mistakes are considerably scarcer and therefore much more desirable among serious collectors. Storage is essential for preserving value. A 1975 copper cent should never be cleaned because cleaning can permanently damage the surface and reduce collector interest. Instead, the coin should be stored in a protective holder or archival quality flip to prevent scratches, fingerprints, and environmental damage. Proper storage helps preserve the natural color and surface quality that collectors appreciate most. Professional grading companies such as PCGS and NGC have certified many outstanding 1975 Lincoln cents over the years. Certified coins provide buyers with confidence regarding authenticity and condition, making them easier to buy and sell. High-grade certified examples often achieve stronger prices than raw coins because collectors trust independent grading standards when investing in valuable coins. The popularity of Lincoln cents continues to grow because they combine history, affordability, and the excitement of treasure hunting. Many collectors began their hobby by searching through ordinary pocket change for interesting pennies. The 1975 no-mint mark cent remains one of those fascinating coins that encourages people to examine every penny before spending it. Although most examples are common, the possibility of finding a valuable variety or error keeps collectors searching year after year. In conclusion, the 1975 Lincoln Memorial 1 cent with no mint mark represents much more than a simple penny. It is a piece of American history that has traveled through countless hands since the mid-1970s. While a standard coin in good condition usually carries only a modest collector premium, exceptional uncirculated examples and authenticated mint errors can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Before spending any old Lincoln cent, take a close look at its condition, color, strike quality, and possible mint errors. That ordinary-looking penny in your collection could turn out to be an exciting discovery that every coin collector dreams of finding next up. The Lincoln Memorial 1 cent 1979D is one of the most recognized United States coins ever produced and remains a favorite among collectors around the world. Struck at the Denver Mint and identified by the small D Mint mark beneath the date, this coin was produced during a period when the United States Mint was making billions of Lincoln cents each year. Although most examples are common, brilliant condition coins with exceptional eye appeal, strong luster, and flawless surfaces can become highly collectible. Even more valuable are rare era varieties that have sold for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. If you have a bright and well-preserved 1970-90 Lincoln cent, it could be worth much more than its 1 cent face value, depending on its condition and rarity. The history of the Lincoln Memorial Cent began in 1959, when the United States Mint replaced the famous wheat cent reverse with the Lincoln Memorial design to celebrate the 150th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The obverse portrait of Lincoln, created by Victor David Brenner in 1909, remained unchanged, while Frank Gasparro designed the Lincoln Memorial reverse. By 1979, this design had already become one of the most familiar coins in American circulation. Millions of Americans handled these coins every day, but few realized that some outstanding examples would eventually become prized collector's pieces. The 1970-90 Lincoln cent was struck at the Denver Mint, using a composition of approximately 95% copper and 5% zinc and tin. Each coin weighs about 3.11 grams and measures 19 millimeters in diameter. Brilliant condition examples display attractive reddish color, sharp details, and original mint luster. Collectors often seek coins with full red surfaces because copper naturally darkens over time. Coins that remain bright red decades after being minted usually command higher prices in the numismatic market. One of the most exciting features of the 1970-90 Lincoln cent is its potential to exist in exceptionally preserved condition. While billions were struck, only a tiny percentage survived without scratches, stains, or circulation wear. Coins graded Mint State 66, Mint State 67, or even higher are significantly scarcer than ordinary circulated examples. These high-grade coins attract competitive bidding because collectors assembling registry-quality sets want the finest examples available. Collectors should carefully examine every 1970-90 Lincoln cent for unusual mint errors. Valuable errors may include off-center strikes, broad strikes, clipped planchets, die cracks, die breaks, repunched mint marks on older dies, and dramatic double die characteristics. While most 1970-90 cents show no errors, authenticated mint mistakes can dramatically increase the value of the coin. Some major error coins have sold for hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on their rarity and condition. The brilliant condition of a coin plays a major role in determining its market value. A coin that still shines with original mint luster and has virtually no contact marks is much more desirable than one that has spent years in circulation. Collectors often describe these coins as red, red-brown, or brown based on the remaining original copper color. Full red examples are generally the most valuable because they have retained their original appearance for decades. Today, the current market value of a regular circulated 1970-90 Lincoln Memorial cent is generally only a few cents. However, brilliant uncirculated examples may sell for several dollars to several dozen dollars depending on grade. Certified Mint State 66 or Mint State 67 examples often reach prices from hundreds of dollars into the low thousands when they possess exceptional eye appeal. Rare era varieties or unusually high-grade certified specimens may bring even stronger prices at major coin auctions. Professional grading services play an important role in determining a coin's value. Companies such as PCGS and NGC examine every detail of a coin before assigning an official grade. A certified Mint State 67 red 1970-90 Lincoln cent can command a much stronger premium than an uncertified example because buyers have confidence in the coin's authenticity and preservation. High-grade certification often transforms an ordinary-looking penny into a serious collector's investment. Many collectors search through bank rolls, old piggy banks, estate collections, and inherited coin jars hoping to discover a high-quality 1970-90 Lincoln cent. Although billions were minted, finding one that remains nearly perfect after more than 4 decades is surprisingly difficult. This treasure-hunting aspect makes the coin especially exciting because valuable discoveries are still possible today. Several factors determine the value of a 1970-90 Lincoln cent, including overall condition, color designation, strike quality, surface preservation, eye appeal, rarity of any mint error, and certification by respected grading services. Even small differences in grade can create enormous differences in value. A coin graded mint state 65 may be worth only a fraction of a nearly perfect mint state 67 example. Abraham Lincoln remains one of the most admired presidents in American history, and his portrait has appeared on the 1-cent coin continuously since 1909. The Lincoln Memorial reverse symbolizes national unity and American history, making the 1970 cent both a circulating coin and an important historical artifact. This lasting design has inspired generations of collectors to build complete Lincoln cent collections. Counterfeit and altered coins occasionally appear in the marketplace, especially when sellers advertise unrealistic values. Collectors should always verify expensive coins through reputable dealers or professional grading services before making significant purchases. Authentication protects both buyers and sellers while ensuring that rare coins receive accurate market values. One reason the 1970 Lincoln Memorial cent continues to attract collectors is that it combines affordability with the possibility of discovering something extraordinary. Most examples remain inexpensive, yet rare high-grade coins and dramatic mint errors remind collectors that valuable treasures can still be hiding among ordinary pocket change. This excitement keeps interest in the series alive year after year. If you own a brilliant 1970 Lincoln cent, handle it carefully by its edges and store it in a protective holder. Avoid cleaning the coin because cleaning usually lowers collector value. A naturally preserved coin with original surfaces is almost always worth more than one that has been polished or chemically treated. Proper storage can help preserve its appearance for future generations. In conclusion, the Lincoln Memorial 1-cent 1970 represents far more than a simple 1-cent coin. Its rich history, connection to Abraham Lincoln, durable copper composition, and possibility of valuable high-grade examples or rare mint errors make it an exciting coin for collectors of every experience level. While most circulated examples are worth only a small premium over face value, brilliant uncirculated coins can range from hundreds to thousands of dollars when they possess exceptional grades or important mint errors. That is why every 1970 Lincoln cent deserves a careful inspection. You never know when an ordinary-looking penny could turn out to be an extraordinary collector's treasure. Thanks for watching.